So where does Notre Dame go from here?
I think there's an obvious candidate.
Brad Stevens?
We call him, make sure he says no. There's a
from
mid-major
Indiana.
coach, Catholic guy, said he wants to stay at a private school. It's Rick Pitino. You got to start here.
Tyler gets the show.
This is why Tyler.
But I got another one for you too. This week, I think Notre Dame would be doing a little bit of a favor for this guy. Stock is low on him. His fan base hates him. People going to his games begging him to leave. Again, Notre Dame would be sort of extending an olive branch.
Don't say it.
John Calipari.
Oh. I thought you were going to say Chris Holtman because I saw CBS put out.
I did see that too.
Their list of candidates. Number 1 on the list was Chris Holtman. Number 1, Tate. It wasn't like a maybe throw his name on here to get some clicks and because if you're going to do that, if number 1 is bold because I think like the play I would have done is put Holt at like 5 or 6. You can put his picture in the headline. I don't know, but it felt a little.
I think that's I would call that profiling. And I say that because it does feel with the Notre Dame job, there's this sort of unspoken conversation about the coach needs to understand being at a football school. You know what I mean? Or be able to play that game.
Yeah.
And Chris Holtman, they look at what Ohio State's doing. They're like, pretty good on the football side.
I'm pretty sure the thing Holt probably hates most about the job is that it's a football school.
Right.
I mean, I haven't talked to him about this specifically, but my read on the situation is like if I was him, I would probably hate that all these football fans pop up in January, Google our record, and then yell at me for not being better when they have no idea what the hell our team is or how it was constructed.
Well, I'll give them the baseball jersey fans. You know what I mean? I think they mean well. I think it's the football ones to go after.
Well, how would you compare the expectations for Ohio State basketball to Notre Dame? Because I feel like Notre Dame basketball fans have a very realistic outlook on it, and I think that's why Bray excelled.
I think Notre Dame has better better expectation, you guys can handle like a down season better,
right? Like a realistic understanding of the program's limitations and all that. Because I think, like, just as a casual Notre Dame basketball fan, I would say like every year you should be competitive for the tournament. Like even in a down year, you should be around, like in the mix a little bit. Try to get one big upset at home every year, which was a staple of the Bray program. Like every year they knock off a top 5 team, and then once every 4 years or so, like Sweet 16 run. I mean, those Elite 8 runs were so fun. And part of, like the first one, I don't want to say it was like the expectation, but that was a really, really good Notre Dame team with Jerry and Grant.
What year was that? 2015? 14.
It was 2014, 2015.
15 and 16.
Yeah, and then the following year.
15 when you had the shot in the corner to beat Kentucky, right? The Elite 8.
Yeah,
it was Grant. Yeah, he shot it.
August,
he shot it too
young Bonzie Colson.
Right. He shot it like too hard, but it was like online, and he airballed it long, I think, if I remember right, or short, or something like that.
And they won the ACC tournament that year.
Yeah.
Right. And they beat Duke.
That team was awesome.
And that's another thing about Bray and the Duke connection. There's no one who loved beating Duke more than Mike Bray. And even when Notre Dame was moving over to the ACC, I think there was a little bit of animosity between the two because I think Coach K didn't love the idea of Notre Dame having like this open marriage with the ACC, and I guess push back on it a little bit. Bray caught one of that, was pretty pissed. I don't know the exact specifics there, but then they knock them out in the ACC tournament. That was awesome. In my freshman year, I went to the game when they had Jaleel Okafor. Notre Dame won on a Steve Esteria corner 3 late. And that was like one of the most fun times I've had as a student there. So a lot of great memories. Yeah.
Oh, so you were there for you were.
Oh, I was there for like the peak of Notre Dame basketball.
Basketball was better than football.
Yeah, I mean, 2016 football went 4-8. It was abysmal.
Yeah, you were basketball.
That's what I've been saying when you guys are like, you hate Mike Bray.
You like Mike
It's
Bray.
the opposite.
Right.
I'm glad we got to this point.
Is there a feeling that you have, Tyler? Remember when the students did boo Mike Bray? Do you look back on that and you blame them? You're like, you did this. You guys brought this moment in time.
Do you have shame as an alum? Are you like, I can't believe the kids these days ran this man out of town?
They should have to wear like something that says like I cheered to fire Mike Bray.
I think you should hate the next coach. Just like one of those deals where like the next coach takes over, just punch him in the face, like however your version of that is. Like when a new prisoner comes in, you just have to like set the tone. Like let him know he's not your real dad. Whoever the next coach is.
I don't know if I want to do that to Rick Pitino.
Never support him. Say Mike Bray was. I can't believe we ran Mike Bray out of town. I have a name for you. It probably is not popping up on. Maybe it is. I don't know. But this one jumped out to me as making the most sense. And you're not going to get super excited about it, but I promise. If you do your homework, Tyler, you'll be excited about it. Mike or Shrewsbury, Penn State.
Yeah, he's a very popular candidate.
That is the guy.
I thought he would be number 1 on those type of lists.
No, he is.
That is far and away the number 1 candidate to me.
The funniest thing though is Shrewsbury's on a lot of candidate lists, and you've seen a lot of articles like top candidates to replace Mike Brey at Notre Dame. I laughed out loud. I saw one, and I know what they were doing. I don't want to call that guy out, but it was he made Monty Williams the thumbnail.
Oh my God.
Like he was a top option. And I cracked up because I was thinking, like, yes, I understand all the Notre Dame connections, all that, but there is just no way he's going from the Phoenix Suns to Notre Dame. But the fact that he was
the call,
he was the featured coach in that article, like I was laughing out loud. That was so funny.
You have my promise on this, Tyler. I will never mock. If you text me and you're like, I think we have a shot at Brad Stevens, I will entertain it. Or Rick Pitino or Billy Donovan, Jay Wright, you name it, I will support it.
I like Jay Wright.
I will do whatever I can with the memes. You know, I've made the Pitino meme. That's for Louisville. You can steal that. You can use that. That's a free. That's open domain. Anyone can use that.
Right.
But yeah, man, I think it's fun. Like this is part of the problem with coaching carousels this day and age is that like they just hire within and hire like boring ass guys, and we miss the days of throw Monty Williams' hat in the ring, dude. Why not?
Right.
It's fun to talk about.
Make him say no.
Fun. Make him say no.
In my head, I'm just thinking about who's calling Notre Dame though. Like who's interested in Notre Dame?
If
Who's
there's an
making
NBA
phone
guy,
to them?
maybe Chris Quinn.
Chris Quinn.
I've seen that name.
Chris Quinn. Chris Quinn is like the you know, if you're following the trend of hiring the former player type deal, the Juwan Howard, Penny Hardaway, Patrick Ewing type situation, that would be Chris Quinn, right? He's the
Monty Williams. If he says no, then
Yeah.
probably Chris Quinn.
But would Quinn want to leave the Heat? Like he's got a good thing going there. And then another NBA guy, Sean Sweeney.
That's
he's
my
an
guy.
assistant on the Mavs.
That's my guy.
He's been thrown out there a bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if they
It's
want to
Shrewsbury,
go in
dude.
the.
It's Shrewsbury.
Hey,
It's
I'd
Mike
be cool with
Shrewsbury.
that.
Because a few reasons. Number one, Shrewsbury's an Indiana guy. He's from Indianapolis. If I remember right, he coached in South Bend, like IU South Bend.
IUSB, yeah.
He was coaching there for a while. He went to high school at Cathedral, which is what I think was literally
Indianapolis Cathedral?
Indianapolis Cathedral is so much Notre Dame that I think they were literally sued by Notre Dame because they stole. They're the Cathedral Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
Their football team wears gold helmets. Their logo is like the punching Irishman. It's
Right.
Notre Dame's Irish logo. That's where he went to high school. This man is fighting Irish through and through. And then the most important thing is that Notre Dame basketball, win, lose, or draw. Guess you can't draw really in basketball, but win or lose.
Yes, you can. When you go to overtime, it's a draw.
True.
Remember we decided.
That's true. The Mike Brey era, I will remember as just being super fun. And like you knew that you could watch Notre Dame play. And if you're a neutral fan, it would be a fun game for the most part, like especially when they were good. And I challenge someone out there to find like a more fun team that's like not actually national title or Final Four caliber good than Penn State is under Michael Shrewsbury this year. They are so fun. Like all they do is just jack threes and they make all of them. And then they play no defense. And it's incredible. That will like
That
if you
like
love Mike
Notre
Brey
Dame
basketball. Oh my God. If you love Mike Brey basketball, do your watch Penn State for me, Tyler. Just watch
right.
like the next like two or three
I'll
Penn
bring
State
back
games.
a comprehensive
Watch
scouting
Andrew
report.
Funk and Seth Lundy and Jalen Pickett, and they're so fun. It's annoying as hell if you're a Big Ten team playing them because like Indiana played at Penn State not too long ago, and Penn State was hitting everything, and all the IU fans were like, "We suck." And I was watching like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be like high on Indiana if I watched this game, but at the same time, like this is what Penn State will do to you. If they're like hot, they'll make every fan base like walk away thinking we suck, but really it's just like I don't know, man. They shot like 50 threes and made 25 of them.
You guys had Bray on the podcast before, right?
We did
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
Do you have a favorite Bray moment?
I think like when you think of Bray, it's definitely the Mount Invitational, right? Like that's where your mind goes. Tate, would you say that?
Yeah, I would say that. I think for me, it's when he wore shorts and coached during the pandemic. That was the moment. It was, in Chapel Hill. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But the bravado, the brashness, and just the fact that Mike Brey always seemed like he had an agenda against the establishment a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was punk rock coach at some level.
Yeah.
So
Probably
mine.
What I'll remember Mike Brey is like embracing small ball lineups and spreading the floor. And like I think Jay Wright probably gets credit for inventing like 4-guard lineups and with the 06, was it the 06 team, 05 team? The Jay Wright, 05 team when Jay Wright was playing 4-guard. But it felt like Jay Wright arrived at that via like scientific like experimentation and like I'm smarter than everybody and I crunched the numbers and this is what our programs, and it felt like Mike Brey was just like, let's throw 4 guards.
Right.
Like
he's like, we're going to play the best 5.
We're going to play Bonzi Colson at center. He's 6'7". Okay, let's ride.
Right.
Like that felt like his
Pat
attitude.
Connaughton at the
and
floor.
I think like that's just my interpretation of it. And they probably both had the same similar lines of thinking of how they got there. But what I'm saying is I know Jay Wright invented small ball in college basketball, but I'm going to give credit to Mike Brey because that's just what I want to do. This is how I feel like it was more fun, like watching Mike Brey's teams, because Jay Wright felt like more scientific and, Colin Gillespie backing his ass down. Like, it's like, all right, we get it. You're smarter than everybody. Mike Brey was like, we're going to go out there. We're going to just run around and shoot three. Matt Farrell, put the ball in your hands. Go make me some plays. Let's play some basketball, boys. Break.
Some would say there would be no Steph Curry without Mike Brey.
Without Matt Farrell, without Ben Hansborough.
Yeah,
Kyle McElharney going way back.
Let's just keep throwing out. Mike Brey did this. Mike Brey did that.
Top, we'll say 3, and then we can move on because we got other stuff to talk about. But top 3 Bray-era Notre Dame players.
I loved Kyle McElharney.
Really?
When he was pulling up from way out, and that was before that was normal, he would shoot from just anywhere on the court. He was great. Bonzi, obviously, and Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, Pat Connaughton.
Pat Connaughton's dunk against Kentucky, like that whole
I still
game,
like Pat Connaughton a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was really good. I can't believe the career he's had in the NBA, but that dunk he had against Kentucky, like that whole game, I was just trying to not get my hopes up because I'm like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then he had that huge dunk down the lane. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to win. And then we didn't. But for a brief moment there, that was awesome.
I felt the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great, a great run, and those were some really fun times.
Hey there, thanks for watching Titus and Tate. For the full friend of the program experience, subscribe right below and come join us for all things college basketball. The action is heating up. Come join Titus and Tate.